Pre-Columbian era before 1492. The first peoples before European arrival. North America was a vibrant tapestry of diverse and complex indigenous civilizations. Millions of people lived across the continent, organized into hundreds of distinct tribes, each with unique cultures, languages, and societal structures. They developed sophisticated agricultural techniques, built intricate cities like Cahokia, established extensive trade networks, and possessed rich oral traditions and spiritual beliefs. Their societies were self-sufficient, sustainable, and deeply connected to the land. This era is crucial for understanding the foundational presence and subsequent displacement of Native American populations. Colonial era 1492-1763. European arrival and settlement. The arrival of Christopher Columbus in 1492 marked the beginning of European colonization. Spanish, French, Dutch, and ultimately English explorers and settlers laid claim to vast territories. The English established permanent settlements like Jamestown 1607 in Virginia and Plymouth 1620 in Massachusetts. These early colonies were driven by a mix of motives: economic opportunity, tobacco in the South, religious freedom, Puritans in New England, and strategic advantages for their home countries. Life in the colonies was harsh, marked by disease, conflict with indigenous peoples, and the immense labor required to build new societies. A crucial and tragic development was the introduction of African slavery, particularly in the southern colonies, where enslaved people were forced to cultivate labor-intensive crops like tobacco and later cotton. This institution would cast a long, dark shadow over American history. By the mid-18th century, 13 distinct British colonies had formed along the Atlantic coast, each developing its own identity while remaining under the distant rule of the British Crown. The Revolutionary Era 1763-1783. Birth of a nation. The end of the French and Indian War 1754-1763 left Britain with a vast new territory, but also significant debt. To recoup costs, Britain imposed new taxes and regulations on the colonies, such as the Stamp Act 1765 and the Townshend Acts 1767. These acts, coupled with a lack of colonial representation in Parliament, fueled growing resentment under the rallying cry of taxation without representation. Events like the Boston Massacre 1770 and the Boston Tea Party 1773 escalated tensions. In response to the Tea Party, Britain enacted the Punitive Intolerable Acts. Colonial leaders convened the First Continental Congress in 1774, signaling a unified defiance. The spark of revolution ignited in April 1775, with the shot heard round the world at Lexington and Concord, marking the start of armed conflict.